Sure, sure. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to a summer bash brawl here at Capping TV. We have a little bit of a mid, kind of a halftime report, so to speak. We're going to be looking at the leaderboards, seeing who's on top, who's winning, who's losing, and hopefully, try and see, how your favorites are doing. If you're who you're rooting for, how they're faring. With me is going to be Ghost. We're going to be taking you into your next match after this, but how you doing, Ghost? First up.
I'm good. It's been a while since I've launched this game. This is my first time launching since last year. Uh, but obviously not playing. Right now I do have the leaderboard up already. So currently what we're seeing as well for the leaderboard in Prem specifically, nothing too out of the ordinary. Pretty much I think what most people predicted, Freakshow Soiree sitting up top, and then Taylor Swift and is it Homer or a German pronunciation? Because I can't pronounce. I'm pretty sure it's German. Okay, Homer at third and fourth, respectively, probably just going to fight for it, and then sort of the bottom half, sort of as expected. So, to be honest, there's not much, nothing surprising. A few other games though from the previous um, group stage matches though were quite interesting. Obviously, didn't cast it, but just looking at some of the scores and stuff. For example, the first game for Taylor Swift, which was against Jolson Fan Club, they got 2-1, which is a bit surprising, I guess. Sort of probably expect them to sort of
Be a blowout in
more
favor of Taylor
convincing,
Swift.
yeah. But obviously, after that game, I think they sort of recovered and started blowing out. They took down Goblins, and then unfortunately lost a freak show before, but it is a really good team in that game. I think everyone sort of expects it to be close, but unfortunately it didn't turn out that way. But it is what it is.
Yeah, it definitely is. But regardless, that's kind of what the state of affairs are so far in the tournament right now. As you said, Freak Show and a Soiree on the top. So they're definitely going to be some of the players and teams to watch coming into as we round out this group stage. And tomorrow when we get
Mm.
the playoffs and the semifinals, that's probably going to be some of the people you expect to see there. But we do have a match coming up, and it is going to be Freak Show versus Jolson Fan Club. And if I remember anything from that little list right there, this is going to be maybe. Would you say agree this is an uphill battle for
it
Jolson Fan Club?
it will most likely be. Look, I think coming into this, favorites, you're going to see Freak Show. Like I'm just going to run for the roster now. Freak Show, as you saw them play literally a couple seconds ago. It's down Dork Scout, Fane, Roma, Pocket, Connor, Demo Daz, and Med Mirimu. So a very strong team coming into this. And obviously you saw what they did to Taylor Swift Fan Club on Sunshine. And obviously on the side of Jolson Fan Club, you got Hif, Stigma Scout, Trev, Roma, Vivi Pocket, User Demo, and Medic Rogue. So definitely a less experienced team, but it's going to be definitely an uphill battle. Upset, look, most likely not in all honesty, but look, anything can happen. But considering how Freak Show are playing, look, it should be pretty easy for them.
Yes, it definitely should. The match is going to be on Gully Wash, and if you're reading that, that does say F5. That is correct. We are using the Rush version of Gully Wash right now. This might be some of the first time these players have played with it. I played with Gully Wash F5 a bit earlier. Aside from kind of evening a few things out, not a lot of changes. Maybe some sticky traps have been nerfed, and maybe some hiding spots have been changed a little bit. But it's the same old good stalematey Gully Watch that we've all come to know and enjoy. And from your view on these teams, Ghost, does
Mm.
Gully Watch lie in any particular team's favor? From what you know, does any of these players have a strong affinity to the map, or do you think it's just going to be an even playing field as far as
Look,
the map goes?
I think coming into this, obviously, Freak Show definitely will definitely have the upper hand, most likely. Like Fane being one of the probably best soldiers here in Australia, obviously on the Roma class and being a soldier main in general, definitely probably knows a few spots and stuff. I haven't actually seen the Gully Wash refresh at all, and I'm just going to assume it's normal Gully with a few fixes and shit. That's about it. Um, but like Fane, obviously, definitely knows a few tricks and stuff with Soldier. Um, and honestly, that's probably about it. I'll probably keep an eye on Fane, see what he does as Roma, and see any spots he finds. Um, But otherwise, on the side of Jolson, I mean, probably can keep an eye out on User being the demo man.
User, okay.
He does do a few interesting things. If the last time I've seen him, like a few creative stuff on demo, so a bit unexpected, you could say. But otherwise, that's really about it from what I can see from there. We just have to go into map and see, because then again, it is also your standard pug map. So look, I don't see anything too crazy to happen. But I mean, I think players we can watch out for on the side of let's say Freakshow will start is probably down in Dork being their scouts, two of the
Okay.
best scouts here in Australia. And especially we'll see if Dork obviously opts to opt to that sniper off class, because he definitely can do a lot on that. And then the same goes for the side of Jolson Fan Club. I think the player we can look out for is Stigma and probably Trev. Two
Okay.
players that can definitely flex quite well.
All right. Yeah. I mean, you mentioned Thane earlier, and I'm not sure if you caught any of that last match, but he was just jump around Sunshine like it was a jump map. An easy one at that one, too. He wasn't playing any tier 6. He was playing jump beef, and he was pounding on it. He wasn't beefing. He was pulling out straight steak, the nice medium rare type of steak, just clowning on those fools, so to speak. But we're gonna have to, if there's a repeat performance. Obviously, Gully Wash a bit more in the favor of the projectiles, so
Mm,
definitely a great soldier map to just pound out that damage. And as you said, the demos, can
yeah.
definitely turn the tide. So, like you said, maybe we'll see some kind of a wacky demo from Jilson Fan Club.
It's a possibility. Look, we only can only see what happens in the game, but one thing especially we should expect from it is obviously these soldier plays and bombs, because obviously you said it's a projectile class is heaven basically for soldiers. So expect, I guess, some high bombs coming out on the mid from Freakshow especially. They definitely know a few things. Not sure about Jolson, but we'll see what happens. A few surprises could be installed.
All right. And then you did mention Sniper a little bit. So I am curious to get your take off class situation. Obviously, Gully Wash, not necessarily off class heaven as maybe something like
Hmm.
processes where, running a sniper, you can even run a sniper to mid if you really want. But what do you think about the off class situation here? Does off classing favor any particular team? Do you think one team has the better sniper straight off the bat, or do you think
Look,
we won't be seeing many off classes?
I we'll probably see a few off classes. Like for example, Big Door. It's probably one of the better spots to snipe from. Obviously, a bit hard in choke because you're getting spammed by demo, soldier, scouts, basically everything. So again, you go big door, it's probably a little bit easier. But I think a play to standard to watch from just overall in the game, we'll just keep an eye on probably Dork, I feel like. So if he does opt to choose that's off class or even down to snipe. If they do choose to, we'll see what happens.
Okay, so Doc, definitely the sniper to watch. Any spy action? Any heavy pushing last action from any of these teams that you know of? Well,
Look, probably not. I don't see a heavy coming out at all. Oh,
okay.
not heavy pushing, sorry. Heavy
Yeah, yeah.
pushing? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I, look, personally didn't see much from Freak Show when I was just watching the games from Twitch. But, I mean, look, who knows? It might pull out something different in this Gully Wash game.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe it's a Jolson fan club to maybe catch Freak Show off guard because they are kind of, as you said, the
Hmm.
are definitely the underdogs coming into this. But underdogs can pull out success stories. Mighty Ducks, example of that one. What we're gonna have to see is maybe they can take a page from their book and pull it out today on Gully Wash. One little change that I do know is that in the Gully Wash 5. They did change a bug with the stickies inside of a second shutter, so maybe
Hmm.
a little bit of maybe that nullifies some of the Jolson fan club demo shenanigans they were going to try and go for. But we are getting some players into the server here, and I guess while we wait for them to get in, I'm gonna ask you for a prediction here, Ghost.
Hmm.
I think we're both gonna have to say it in the favor of Freak Show. It's just by what margin?
Look, unfortunately, I'm actually going to go for 5-0. That
Oh
is
wow.
a very bold statement, but look, it's going to be a tough game for the side of Jolson fan club, and if they do pull it off, that's congratulations to them. But in all honesty, the side of Freak Show should not lose this, and if they do, it's going to be a very big surprise.
Okay, okay. I'm going to say Uh, I'm gonna say 5-1. I think Jolson fan club has what it takes to get in there. You know, maybe sneak a little back cap. You know, obviously backupping on goalie, you just sneak in through wood, maybe just hide in water. I think they can maybe pull out some shenanigans like that, get a cheeky round in there or something like that. But I'm gonna have to agree. At least from what I saw previously on Sunshine and kind of what I saw on Metalworks as well, this should be a pretty dominant win for Freak Show so far. And then just real
Mm.
quick, I wanted to talk about the pace of the game. Do you think maybe a more chaotic play style is what Jolson fan club needs to they were going to take some rounds away? Do you think that's what they need to do to win against Freak Show? Do you think maybe a more stalematey, grindy type of play style is what would against Freak Show?
I guess we have to see what happens. Look, I probably might expect a uh, what you call it, like a explosive playstyle. That's the word from the side of Jolson fan club, or just just do whatever crazy, go nuts. But then again,
Okay.
I think the first mid we'll probably just see like your standard mid, nothing too crazy. But then I guess we have to see what happens after that. But then I think Freak Show will probably dictate how the pace of the game will go. Like they're going to play just normal TF2 in general, so how they normally play in Prem or just in general. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, Jolson's fan club just has to keep up with Freak Show because I feel like that's what's going to happen. Freak Show is going to have control of the game pretty much for most of it.
Okay, we will have to see if Jolson Fan Club can pull something out. If you are tuning in, this is Jolson Fan Club versus Freak Show. I believe this is going to be round 4 of the group stages
Correct, round four.
here on Gully Wash F5A. So the newest of the kind of Gully Wash refresh iterations that have been going on to kind of make Gully Wash a bit symmetrical because, you probably know about the light stuff if you've ever played Gully Wash before and gotten bombed by some soldier hiding up there. But, there's a little bit of other inconsistencies when it comes to this map between sides. So, some people from the community have taken the time to try and make it a little bit that much better, which is, I think, great because Gully Wash, one of my favorite maps, maybe a bit hit or miss for some people, very choky, can be very stalematy at times, but I think it's a classic 2 staple. Gotta love it, as we're just gonna be waiting for the players to load in here.
Mm. I mean, look, I think we've covered most of what we're going to expect from this game, and predictions and everything. So we're obviously just waiting for players to come in. But I mean, run through some of these changes for obviously maybe some people don't know, or some things that you found personally, because obviously I have no idea. I look at the Gully Wash and I think, cool, it's just Gully Wash. I don't really care. Demo trap, whatnot, where like the stickies. But I mean, what actual changes have you noticed when you've actually touched it? If you want to run through them.
Sure. So I mean, probably one of the bigger ones that a lot of would immediately notice is that there are 2 lights or lamps on mid. Previously, it was only on one side. Maybe the red side, not quite sure. So it technically gave one team maybe a bit of an advantage because they had an extra place to put a soldier that the other team wouldn't have if they were trying to defend on mid. So that's been equaled out. Both sides have that now. I also believe kind of the window seals um, above as well as mid, the windows above the chokes on mid have been equalized. I think one side had a beam that protruded at a certain spot that the other side didn't. So a lot of maybe clipping issues that the map maker didn't originally get to. I think the rocks that you jump from, like if you're high bombing from big door, onto mid. A lot of mid changes because that's
Mm.
mostly what I was kind of jumping around on.
I mean,
Have been equalized as well, so it's kind of like the same kind of same form. You know what I mean?
we'll have to see how this goes on the mid then, because obviously I haven't touched TF2 in a year basically, so we'll see what happens. Spent more time playing Tarkov than this game, so that's really fun. But
Oh,
we'll see what happens in this mid, because obviously if you mentioned that the rocks on mid, if they fix that or you can't jump off it anymore, I don't know what they did, but it'll be interesting to see what changes they did. But otherwise, do you think it would still be just your standard gully wash, nothing too special, just a few like minor changes, pretty much?
yeah, it should be your standard goalie wash. As you said, most of the changes really come to making the map a bit more symmetrical because the original map, from what I heard, isn't actually just kind of like a perfect symmetrical copy. At least in kind of like the map editor, it's not like you paste one map, flip it 180 degrees, and you paste it
Mm,
the other side as well.
yeah.
For whatever reason, don't know why the original map maker, did it like that. So they're trying to fix it and make everything that much more better. So you can't complain anymore, as TF2 players are always so prone to do. But we do have all 12 in the serve, so just gonna be
Waiting
waiting
for the
on
ready
them
up.
to ready up. Yeah.
We'll just watch the players DM for a little bit, but a ready up hopefully should come through. We do have a ready from the side of Freak Show, so we're just waiting for the side of Jolson's fan club. So hopefully we do start quite soon, which indeed we are. Do you want to take us to the first mid TC?
Yeah, sure. I will take us to the first mid. This is going to be Freak Show versus Jolson's fan club. It looks like we had already a cheeky maybe make sure they weren't running any off classes to mid, or maybe just checking the medigun, which is a good shout out. I've been starting to see teams doing that a bit early. We are going to see Moop instantly getting a pick. The Feign, really great stuff right there. Just denying that soldier bomb right there. That is going to be 90210. Actually going to be on the soldier. Maybe a bit of a off classing shenanigans going from them right now. We do see Miramu on the scout, but they are going to be winning this mid regardless. Oh my god, but just the collapse from 91210 in the background. Daz just hitting the pipes. He's not off, and it shows. He is just rolling right now. He does end up going down, but that is a very decisive mid win for Freak Show.
Clearly, there's a little bit of tomfoolery happening on the side of Freak Show, so a bit of off-classing, but clearly worked out. Miramu, obviously, normally the med is on that scout, and then Connor, normally the scout, is on the med, but obviously it worked out well, and they've pushed on to this second point here. Freak Show obviously having full control, and should just storm into last in a sec when they get this second point.
Yeah, it looks like we're finally now getting into lobby. We do see Hiv on the NG, gonna be trying to build it up. It's not quite built yet, so they don't really have to worry about it. Now finally up on that level 1. We do see V gonna be taking down one of his soldiers. So far so good on this last old move, getting another pick, and it looks like they might be able to actually hold this. Feign trying to leave through lower. He did a trade out onto the NG for his troubles, but all in all, that's a pretty disastrous push there for Freak Show.
And
Oh,
they also
nice
had,
rocket though.
and they also had the full Uber ad as well. Connor's should be out safely. Yeah, he's out safely. But yeah, that last push there, it took a long time for them to actually get any frags or anything, and obviously the Uber just sort of faded out and they just started losing plays in the end, and that Pyro as well sort of helped as well with the air blasting and stuff. But looks like they're in again through Big Door, and they do catch off Stigma, and they go for the wraparound here at Choke. Otherwise, now it's just a standard sort of, not stalematey, but the ad is on the side of Jolson's fan club, and see what happens here.
Yeah, we do see a spoon attempt coming out there from 90210. Oh, we do see a soldier hiding. It's going to be Feign above the big door. Really great hiding spot right there. And so he is going to get the force out they might have been wanting to use regardless. Not quite sure, but regardless, he is going to be in the lines, just being a little bit of a nuisance. They know he's there, but they're still going to be able to cap up the point, and they are going forward. Definitely the right call, just ignoring that soldier in the backlines. They are going to be able to lock out the chokes. They haven't dropped anyone's. Feign going to be winning that soldier 1v1 in the backlines. So they are going to try and push this. They're feeling a bit confident. They do know that they have a full Uber at their work. It looks like they might try and go forward with it. Daz is kind of leading the charge. They do have the demo stuck out. He's going to be trying to get in through chokes. And no, he does get caught out. It's going to be Moop or Stigma. And no, Moop going down. Stigma now on the respawn. So they are going to be able to cap this up, but Ubers are about to be even. Let's see if they still try and work with his Uber ad here, Ghost.
I think that it looks like they are committing through choke here, so they are going to try to commit to it and use this ad. This ad is fading away actually really quickly. It's about to even out now. So a demo does get dropped to the side of Freak Show, which isn't looking too good, so he does have to keep on the scout, and they do have to back out of this Uber. Unfortunately, trade doesn't go their favor, and does fade for the side of Freak Show. So now it's just a scrappy DM fight here on second. So we're just going to see who comes out on top. Frags currently going away off Freak Show, 1-for-1. However, Freak Show dropping down there, and looks like, oh, not backing out. Connor is quite low, so he's just hiding a lobby there. However, the side of Jolson, they are losing players quite quickly, and the fight did turn around into the side of Freak Show's favor. So that Uber trade didn't go too well. However, in the end, that second fight, the fight on second, went to the side of Freak Show. So went pretty good for them.
Yeah, it looked like Rogue just got disconnected from anyone they would have been able to heal or, escape from there. Just having to try and melee to get out of it, and that doesn't go well when you're faced against, a bunch of with guns that can shoot you. So definitely going down there. So they are going to be trying to pull out the miracle last hold. Now they have the NG, they have the pyro. So definitely getting out those off classes to help them here. But we do see, looks like Freak Show have 100%, and it looks like they might be going through Shutter here.
They're doing the same push they did last time, which screwed them over. So let's see if it actually works this time. There is that Sentry and Pyro there, so it is. Sentry does go down, so that's good. However, Uber does fade. Connor is tagged quite low. It's looking good. It's decided it's Jolson. They're actually losing players really quickly. Hif does go down. There's just 2 of them left. Freak Show should be get this last point, and that's the first round on the board for the side of Freak Show.
Yeah, good stuff from them. They got the best of that scrappy DM fight on second and were able to work their way in to a successful last hold. I mean, a successful last push, so to speak. So we're gonna have to see if Jolson's fan club has a response for this. Looks like they are a lot slower a rollout. Not sure what that was about. So Freak Show already have a lot of positioning to work with. You're just going to be spamming them out. We do see 90210 in a soldier one on the lower. That is going to be LV winning that up. So already a pick on the side of there. Fane going to be bombing in onto Rogue. Really great stuff from him. And now all the frags going in Freak Show's way. They're just getting 1-2. It is only going to be Moop, Light Show, and Hif up alive. Hif going to be getting a trade out on the Miramu, but it's not going to be enough because Miramu on the scout, not playing med as they're probably more known for, and it is just going to be Moop on the way out, going to be sticky jumping out to their river, and another
mid by Freak Show. But one thing I just want to point out, I just realized Dork is actually playing Soldier as well, so a few class swaps on the side of Freak Show, but clearly it's working out so far.
Yeah, I guess they're that confident. I doubt it's like Gully Wash specific strat, so to speak. We are going to see Jolson fan club backing up out of lobby. They were peeking through river, just maybe trying to get some, but they are going to lose players because of it. That's disastrous. Both soldiers going down. So now this is going to be free territory for Freak Show to bomb in here. Fane getting another one, just getting so many players. I'm not sure why they were trying to defend on in that lobby area. Maybe they're just caught in, so they are going to be able to walking free here. It's just Hif going to be trying to protect all alone, but he's not going to be able to win that 1v6 basically. That is going to be
a fast round. Holy yeah. I mean, bit chaotic, but I mean, turned out quite well for the side of Freak Show, but really fast paced, I guess. Just storming into that last. I mean, looked like second point was going to be capped a few times, but I mean, they got the job done in the end.
And we're going to have to see here on this mid if there's going to be any response. Once again, Fane arriving so early, going to be trying to get on the demo early, but he does go through big door, so it doesn't work. But it doesn't matter. 90210 gets onto Rogue. Really great rockets from them. Connor's just staying alive in this banana area or elbow side. No one is pressuring him whatsoever, and the scouts just double teamed the rest of Jolson fan club down out of existence. We do see Moop still alive, gonna be out into his own lobby. These past few times he has been able to stay alive, which is good for his team, but not been able to do much of anything at all as they've just been losing these last holds through time.
Yeah, I mean, these mids aren't going too well for the side of Jolson's fan. I mean, they tried something different that mid, which was going up the side of Freak Shows, but obviously that didn't turn out too well because Dork got a really nice bomb onto Rogue and obviously killed him, and then just basically frags went away to Freak Show afterwards. And they do have this full Uber ad, so we'll see where they opt to take it. And it looks like it will be this lobby push through. I actually can't remember the call out for that door, but anyway, you know what I mean. So they're in already here on the last. Sentry gun hasn't gone down yet. Pyro's actually doing a good job protecting it, so this is going to be an interesting push. Daz and Murimu do go down, so players on the side of Freak Show losing. However, it is an even playing field, and then Freak Show do look like they opt to back out here, which is a good choice because 2 of their plays were quite low.
Fane getting out there is criminal. He was stuck by Shutter and he manages to get out through balcony. That is criminal. He should not have been able to get out there, doing a good job to stay alive. And he is going to be leaving through lobby as it looks like the cinematic of Jolson fan club going to be trying to pressure him back as they take control in this river area. Just going to be trying to peek second, maybe try and work with their Uber ad. Isn't much, so they are going to have to try and get out onto Connor here, but he is far and away through choke. He is safe. They do lose Dash because of it, so they should be able to hold on to second a little bit, but no, they're going to be straight back in. They do have a soldier close to choke to maybe try and pop Connor, but no, he finally now uses, and they're so deep into second right now, going to be cleaning up to Rogue. We do see Sunbear or Stigma going to be trading out with Miramu, but that's not really the picks that you want to see here if you're trying to keep a hold of the second point. They do lose Light Show or Scout. It is going to be Hif on the point, and he is going to go down. Moop going down as well. It's only the soldiers alive on the side of Jolson Fan Club, and I don't know if they have what it's in them to hold on to this last tier.
Yeah, and it looks like I think the side of Freakshow, they're just running into last, not really caring about too much, because side of Jolson is only 2 up, and yeah, they can't stop 6 players, and that's another round for the board of Freakshow being 3-0 right now.
It is another round on the board. Only 20 minutes left on the clock, so only 10 minutes have passed. So these have been fairly quick and consistent rounds for Freak Show so far. Finally, it looks like Jolson Club arriving in the mid around the same time as the enemy team. We do see Doc bombing in super deep. He gets a lot of damage that helps his team collapse on it. We already see, but Connor going down to LV in the backlines, and now this might it might have been good, but Rogue goes down as well. So at least this time here, Ghost, we are going to see an even situation probably on their last instead of an Uber ad for Freak Show.
Connor does die earlier, so he is up obviously first, and he was already started healing and grinding. So I feel like they actually might use this to advantage, because Connor obviously is quite experienced on the medic and also other classes, but he's played med before. So we'll see what he does, because I feel like they might use this idea. They're already 30 up, so I feel like they will, and they've been actually healing quite well. And looks like they are getting...
Rogue goes down too. Maybe some flank action. Looks like they were trying to get onto second or defend it at the very least. They do get Daz, Fane, and Doc because of it. So they did lose their medic, but they got 3 from it. Not actually that bad of a trade. If they can get some presence here onto mid, they need to get the scout. He's caught in here. Don't let him stay alive. They are letting him. He's just being some chaos right now on the low ground, and now he's going to come in with the rest of his team through choke. They don't even get the cap because of it. This is disaster right now for Jolson Fan Club. They've got to back up to second. I think that an okay situation for them, but they need to get that cap and they needed to get that scout. Now you see everyone on Freak Show just barreling in. They are going to get LV, who was hiding above the choke, and it's not going to be enough. Goes down as well. And now, as you said, this Uber ad monumental for the side of Freak Show.
Rogue does almost have Uber, but I don't think he'll get in time for this push. Looks like the Uber does come through for the side of Freak Show into Jolson's last. However, no frags coming out yet. 2 spawns coming aside of Jolson. And frags do come out. Connor does go down already, and same with Down and Daz. So this push has just gone horrendously wrong for the side of Freak Show, and they do just have to concede this push and I think just get out. Rogue does go down though, so that's a pretty big pick, because Connor's going to be up in 4 seconds, and they're going to have ad again, so they could actually attempt a push into last, or play retake onto Jolson's second point.
Yeah, they've got to get up into second here. Make sure they block up all the chokes. You do see 2 running in here. It's just going to be, I think the scout and his med. They should be punished because of it. Someone please, both of a combo right now, just going to be standing in this big door area. And yeah, they are already primed and ready to come back in here on the second. They are getting denied a little bit. A really great job from the side of Jolson Flag Club just to deny them as long as possible. That it's not going to be enough. They are eventually going to be able to get in here. They were so low going in there. Just a bit more focus fire might have been able to pick some of them up, but they do lose their scouts. Rogue going down as well. Miramu in the backlines. I didn't even see it. Oh my goodness. And now this is going to be a huge ad for Kano and Freak Show.
It looks like it looks like they're just going to do the same on something different actually. So a balcony push here, which is slightly slow, but does come in eventually. A few juggling. However, Uber does face, so no frags coming out yet. Some Stigma does go down, but Daz as well. Connor is tagged incredibly. He is dead now because he was staying on 2 stickers, and that push, unfortunately, doesn't go to side of Freak Show. So they were stuck in that balcony for quite a while. I think 2 of the players got juggled, being, I believe, the demo and one of the soldiers when trying to do the push. But otherwise, I guess another good hold for the side of Jolson. However, Rogue has been going down a lot to these random flank pushes from Fane and Miramu. So I think they need to be careful of, I guess, the flank, and just keep an eye on if Fane or Miramu do attempt to go for these pushes to go catch Rogue or just a general another player out.
Yeah, it looks like they are trying to peek this mid area. They do get a pick on Doc, who is playing aggressive by Big Door. They also get Fane as well. Miramu going to be taking down Hif, I think, in the backlines. Miramu just being a bit of a nuisance, going to be a through choke. But looks like we should see Jolson Fan Club still trying to get in onto mid here. They do have some players here. It's just the demo and the soldier kind of disconnect from everyone else. They were chasing Miramu in the backlines, but luckily no one else from Freak Show collapses onto him. So they are going to be able to get it successfully. LV going to be trading out with Doc. Not bad for either team, just some soldier-on-soldier action. And finally, we see Rogue and co. Having control of the mid.
Yeah, and it's also now an even Uber situation, so we'll see what happens. Unfortunately, their soldiers. Sorry, the scout does go down for the side of Jolson and the soldier, and Fane as well. So it's even players right now. However, see what they do with this Uber. It is an even Uber situation. And Con actually does get forced out, I believe, by Soldier or something. So now the Uber adds inside of Jolson at Fan Club, I think for the first time in this game, I'm pretty sure. So
Yeah,
see what happens.
yeah, we will. Hopefully, they'll be able to use it without dropping their med, ideally without even needing to use in the first place. It looks like they are going to attempt to bust through this big door area. Looks like actually no, we do have the flank in through choke, getting a bit of pressure action. So hopefully they don't have to use, because they're going to be spamming them out. Pretty successful. We do see the soldier in the back line. It is Doc getting onto LV. Not necessarily the spoon kill that you want, but a spoon kill for the frag clip regardless. We do see the pop coming out from Rogue, but so many players down that it might not matter as long as they get on to this last point before any responders come up. It should be around. Yeah, they are going to get on the point. That's what you like to see.
3-1. So still in the favor for the side of Freak Show, but obviously with they're up by excuse me. Finally, one round on the side of Jolson. That's what I'm trying to say. But anyway, Freak Show still have the lead, and looks like I think Miramu has actually switched to Soldier, and Dork has returned back to the Scout. So more of a normal lineup, but obviously Miramu not on the medic. So see if it actually does change anything. So nothing happening yet on this mid. Some spam getting traded. Stigma does go down. Rogue is Takwalo does get a pack. Dork does go down, and then now it is even plays for the side of this mid, and now just frags going in the favor of Freak Show. And that's a mid win for the side of Freak Show.
Yeah, they really great stuff from them. As you said, that 90210, he was on the low ground, or dock, so to speak. He was on the low ground, and just a nice, easy soldier cleanup kill, and he was able just to sow chaos. So obviously putting in a lot of work on Scout, showing why he's a scout main, first and foremost, and then a soldier main second, so to speak. But so we are going to see them push in here on the second. They have 100% Uber to work with, and with Dad still being down, they don't they don't have a demo to help protect them, but it doesn't really matter whatsoever. Boop, not really in a position to plant some sticky traps. Just hold up on last. We do see Hif on the engineer, and we're gonna have to see if they can keep one of these miracle last holds that we've kind of been seeing go. So they've been doing it a couple times, so it's a time to do it. It's definitely now.
They're going for the same balcony push, which has actually gone a bit better this time. Sentry does go down really early. Pyro as well. So this push has gone 10 times better for the side Freak Show. Uber does fade, and it looks like they're just chilling in the valley area here. And looks like this should be around for the side Freak Show. 2 players left on just a 38 HP. He can't stop against 6. And that's 4-1 to the side of Freak Show.
Yeah, they were just able to get all the kills, all the presence, all of the damage. And that's what you like to see in a successful last. 4-1 in favor of Freak Show. Still, there's some off-class shenanigans, but it has been working except for that one round. But we don't talk about that as we see the soldier bombing in super deep. It is Fane, but he gets denied. Really great job from the scouts to keep the rest of their team alive, especially the medic. You are going to see one of his scouts on the low ground. It is Miramu just running and dying around, and this is basically a wipe, hopefully, for the side of a Jolson fan club. They just get this medic. It is Connor stuck on second. He is eventually going to go down to one of the soldiers, and a much better mid for Jolson fan club.
And that's their first mid win, I'm pretty sure, in this game. So I mean, congrats to them. I think better late than never. But I mean, that's first mid win for them. So definitely something changed up and definitely worked out. So it looks like they are just in the valley area with full Uber ad. And looks like they're just going to push through from here. So just cleaning up Fane. So he does go down. However, does trade with one of his scouts. So it doesn't. I don't think Uber's not delayed. Uber does get popped finally. And this Pyro actually denying very well. Finally does get taken down. Sentry Gun still not down yet. And this Uber push not looking too good actually for the side of Jolson's fan club. But they're still committing actually. Frags going in their favor. However, HP not looking too good for the side of Rogue and Moop. And they actually are losing players now. And looks like they do have to concede this push. And they might... Ooh, nice scattergun shot from the side of Freak Show to take down Rogue. I think he just got chipped by it. But yeah, unfortunate push for the side of Jolson's fan club.
That is indeed unfortunate. They did have an opportunity to try stay in there, maybe take that 3v3, but the soldier was disconnected from the rest of his team, and he was just picked off, and it left the Med and Demo to try and escape with their lives. Moop did it, but unfortunately not Rogue, which is probably the worst way that could have gone. So we are going to see them try and defend here on mid. They're probably going to give it up. They want to make sure that the enemy team uses before they have to completely give it up. They do lose LV in the process, maybe hiding in a spot for a sack attempt, but it doesn't quite go through. So still 100% Uber to work with here. Rogue coming up on 70, so they should be able to have for last, regardless of whether they force them here on second. It doesn't look they are going to. So they should take comfort in the fact that they should have a pretty okay last defense to work with here.
Yeah, it looks like, I think they're just charging. Oh no, Connor, I think definitely realized it's even. So Ubers have even out. I thought for a second they might just charge straight in. So it looks like we just gotta wait for who Uber's gonna sack. LV does get tagged down quite low there, and Sentry Gun. Oh, Rogue actually does get dropped actually from Miramu and Fane, doing a nice double soldier sack, and that gives a full Uber out to the side of Freakshow. So you just wait for your 3 spawners to come, and then they're just going to bust into last. So that was a really nice play from the side of Freakshow from Miramu and Fane.
Oh, poor Lecho just walking into Daz's sticky trap at the baby door. And yeah, I agree. The double soldier sack worked. I think Rogue was confident enough and probably would have been able to live from that first soldier, but that second soldier was just able to follow up and get in undetected. So they do have a nice full Uber to work with. They are going to be using it in through bats as they've done, or balcony as they've done a lot. To have a lot of trouble taking down Sentry Gun, and it is going to be the soldier in the backline. It's getting a 3K. Get really great stuff from Sunbear as their alias right now, just destroying everyone on Freakshow. It's only Miramu left alive in this lobby area. Should be cleaned up fairly quickly. Actually, in the backlines on last, going to be running around, going to be finally killed from the scout, and that is definitely the last one you want to see if you are a Jolson fan club. That's definitely a good momentum shift.
I mean, look, they were stuck in that balcony for a while. I'm not sure they'll be able to get much done, and that Sentry Gun actually lasted for a long time. But anyway, onto this mid here. Jolson's fan club have gone in hell. They're actually losing players here, and this isn't looking too good. They might have to actually back out. Boop does go down. It's just a minute. He does have to use here. Unfortunately, there's no one else left alive. It's just him and his scout, and his scout's actually nowhere to be seen, so he's just got to go for a light jog out, and he actually might be caught. Oh, he's actually getting chased. He does go down, and this could be actually around to the side of Freakshow up and recovering from that unfortunate push that happened on balcony.
Yeah, it is very unfortunate. Looks like all the players from the side of Freakshow are just lapsing in here onto this last point. It is just Hif and Moop alive. Hif goes down. Now Moop is just trying to do the best possible. Looks like they're doing some spawn camp shenanigans, actually. Maybe a little bit of them from them, but they are going to get the kill, and that's just very unfortunate from Rogue. You can drop players, and you can, use Uber kind of fearfully, but you can't do both, and that's what Rogue ended up doing. So he ended up using on no one, and that is the worst outcome there. So we are 5-1 in the favor of Freakshow.
We're onto the new mid here, so both demos roughly arriving at the same time. He has big bombs coming up the side of Jolson's fan club. Not getting much done yet. Both teams just training some damage. A few players getting tagged up. However, just getting healed by my Fane's actually incredibly low. Waiting for Arrow. Down is the first casualty from the side of Freakshow, and Connor as well, so they do lose their med. However, on the side of Jolson, they do lose one of their soldiers, and I think Freakshow, they might just be backing out here. No, none of their players are quite healthy. Only Miramu is, and Rogue is actually alive on this mid, so definitely now do have this Uber ad to use going into the side of Freakshow's last.
Yeah, it's definitely still possible. This demo by the choke side area, Daz does go down just a bit overextended, maybe just peeking and trying to exert his dominance, so to speak. But he is going to be cleaned up because of it. And now we do see Jolson fan club getting in through baby door. Looks like they're going for a wrap. I don't think they know. They had no one watching it. The soldier spawner is going to get hit. That is really bad. So now it's going to be only a scout Uber instead of a double scout chariot Uber. You should know that they are going to come in through river, just kind of disconnected right now here in the backline. Oh my, he drops him. That is terrible.
That is unfortunate.
Oh, poor Rogue Light Show saying in chat Rogue, maybe displaying a bit of frustration at what happened there. That was a really great play. I liked the idea, but the execution was lacking, losing that one scout early and then dropping the scout in the Uber is just going to probably be the nail on the coffin, so to speak, for Jolson's fan club as we see a Freak Show move in here onto second Ghost.
I feel like that was a miscommunication for the side of Jolson's because it definitely looked like something went horribly wrong. And obviously, unfortunate mistakes can happen, and Rogue did drop Light Show. But yeah, now Connor, the side of Freak Show, does have Uber ad. That sniper going for a hero shot unfortunately does miss, and looks like they're just going to run it through this lower lobby area here onto the side of Jolson's last. Pyro out trying to negate this Uber, unfortunately does get taken down, and looks like this should go for Freak Show 2 up and should be game, and Freak Show should be coming out on top 6-1.
It is indeed going to be a Freak Show 6-1 win. And we are going to be we are going to be looking at the logs in just a second. But regardless, of some good dominance from Freak Show, this whole time, I don't know if you saw the Metalworks game, but they were dominant on Metalworks, dominant on Sunshine, and now dominant on Gully Wash. Basically an unstoppable force so far. But you got to give props to Jolson's fan club. I think they put up a little bit of a fight where they could. Maybe those last holes were giving them a little bit of trouble. But you always got to remember, Ghost. Freak Show, they were off classing. They're doing a bit of trolling.
That is true. Obviously that was unexpected, but they one round beside Jolson fan club. I think they have to be happy about that. Final score obviously 6-1, but still quite a very dominant performance coming out from Freak Show, and definitely I think not going into tomorrow, but just overall they look like one of the favorites in par with Soray to probably win the whole thing.
I definitely agree. I haven't seen Soiree just quite yet. Probably going to be covered later on in the round robin. So keep an eye out for them. Definitely been doing well so far, and definitely going to be a match up to see them versus a Freak Show. But just looking at the logs right now, the first thing that stands out to me, I don't know about you, Ghost, is Fane hitting that nice 365. We were saying it earlier. Gully Wash definitely a projectile map, and Fane showing us why it is. Followed up with Daz at 328. You can see that the projectile class is having a really great time over on a Freak Show.
I mean, for the side of Freak Show, everyone actually had a really good point, regardless even of the off-classing and stuff. Like Miramu actually did pretty well on Scout, doing what he's doing. Actually, he got some really nice flanks as well, taking down Rogue. But then down as well, 27 kills, 14 deaths, 294 as you highlighted, and same with Daz, obviously, the 328. One thing to note is obviously, looking at the mid fights as well, only two mids won actually for the side of Rogue, and that was obviously one we saw earlier before, and probably one earlier in the game, which obviously we didn't see. Well, I didn't realize, but yeah, there are only two mid rounds. One for the side of Jolson's fan club. But then one thing I also want to point out is if you look at wise, Rogue obviously did die a fair bit, unfortunately. Obviously died a few times, through that course, and obviously Con only died 7 times. But not Apples. Rogue got caught out a lot, you could say. But overall, I think a dominant performance coming out of Freak Show.
Yeah, I do have to agree. I do got to give a bit of props to Sunbear as their alias right now. Doing some, they're putting in some good flanks, and I think some of the times Connor was caught out, or maybe, the Freak Show was denied a little bit. It was because of a flank action from Sunbear, I assume. If that's Jolson's fan club, that would be maybe Trev on the roamer. The soldiers, I think, from Jolson's fan club, put up a little bit of a good fight. Everyone on Jolson's fan club put up a good fight. They did the best they possibly could have done. And they got one round show for it. So, not too bad at the end of the day against probably what is one of the more dominant teams that everyone's kind of expecting to see. And joining us right now is going to be Apples, and I do think we are going to get everything prepared for the next day round or game to be covered here, right?
Think so. We're just waiting to see what's going on, but I mean, next game we obviously don't know what we're covering next game, but I think the next map. Do we? I just need to wait for the producer to tell me because okay. Power Tools versus Jolson Fan Club is what I've been told is the next game, and
Okay. And so that's going to be the next game at Jolson's Fan Club versus the Power Tools. It's going to be on Seep Make quarterfinals, so get hyped for that one. We are going to be back in just a few minutes, so don't go away. Maybe just grab, a late dinner snack or something like that. We're going to be continuing coverage at Summer Bash Brawl here on CappingTV. My name's TC Mano, joined by a Ghost, my co-commentator, and Just Jazz on production. See you all in just a little bit.